what do you think we should play for the good-looking audience there? So this is called In the Nighttime. That's the right time. You know what I mean? It's rock and roll. It's what Torbic is all about. Good. Oh yeah. Turn it up a little bit.
Guys, here we are, 2022. I haven't done this in about a year, I feels like. So I have to get back to this What's Happened 613. So no better person to start with, my friend Mark. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Mark.
Hello.
Ooh. It's already coming out. He's already coming out.
I'm Mark Lesage, or Lesage. I'm from this area, from Tweed originally. And now I live here outside of Sterling.
Yeah.
And this lovely little tool shed that's turned into a music hideout.
It's awesome. Like I was just telling, my brother's making a cabin right now too, because us with all of our instruments, and I'm not sure who you have inside, but my brother's a baby inside. He's always trying to learn fiddle and banjo. And when you're first learning that stuff, it doesn't sound the greatest. So you got to have like a little tool shed you can go to. So this is my brother would be very, very jealous because he's right in the middle of doing his. So this is awesome. Yeah. What a cool thing to be able to get away to too, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like you come in here and you can have like a different mindset, right?
Yeah.
It's like your office.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, let's get into you, man. Okay. So I have so many questions. Where should we start? So the type of music you're playing right now is it's fun. You have a character that you kind of come up on stage. I have a friend who also has a character, cousin Gibbard Swaden. He said like Roger said he went up and played music by himself as himself, and then the second half of his show he came out and played as the character, and it just captivated so many people. And is that kind of what you found too with your character that you do, or?
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of surprised so far because the response I've got is like, who in the heck is that guy? And which is good. I'm really glad that people are taken aback.
Yeah.
Because I don't really think about it at the time. I'm just having fun, and I'm just being in the.
And this is the voice that's in your head, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, you know how we all have that person talk to us?
Yeah.
You know, that's is Torbic, so it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So the first time I ever met you, we were out at James Reed's festival called Blue Moon or something like that, and I was hosting it, and I had never heard you and all that stuff, and you went up there and you had a keyboard with a beat machine on, and your accordion going, and you started singing, and you blew me away that night. And now you're one of my favorite people that I get down at our open mic at the Longtooth Brewery. Every Wednesday night from 7 to close.
Greatest place in the world.
Greatest place.
There.
Good beer and an amazing entertainment. So, like, where do you get the inspiration for your songs? Like, where does that come from?
Jeepers. I was thinking about that, and a lot of it is if I listen to a song, I enjoy it, then I automatically think, I wonder what would that would sound like with accordion.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could do that. And so the first thing is the rhythm. It's got to catch me on the rhythm, and then if there's a possibility, you know, because I like to think of the accordion and I'm playing the guitar and bass
Yep.
at the same time.
Yep.
And I know that's not the traditional way to do it, but because I played in bass in a band for so long.
Exactly.
That's what I think.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. You're a bass man, so you hear the bass, and when you keep that accordion going, you always keep that bass. You know,
the rhythm is what I really like about it, and especially what I'm exploring. I want to explore the percussive qualities of the accordion,
Mm-hmm.
the ways I can make any chugga sound or any sounds that add to the rhythm. It's very much.
well, it's really neat. I just watched a documentary on Netflix or on Amazon Prime, one of the two. It was called Rumble, and it's actually about.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
It's awesome. So
Yeah.
it's about the first blues music and how they're saying like. Actually, the first blues music was actually the Aboriginal people, like
Yeah.
the Indian people of our area, because they used to communicate with drums, and then they got their drums took away. So when they started playing guitar, they're using a lot of banging on their guitars, and
Yeah.
you had that Indian drum beat. So that's kind of
Yeah.
what you're kind of doing too. You got that do 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 do. You know?
Oh yeah.
It's a tap of the foot beat.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
So let me tell you the story of the marijuana blues. Well, I never had a problem getting a bit of weed growing up as a teenager in the 70s. I had a buddy, his name is Slime. He always seemed to have a big bag of homegrown with him. That stuff was great. You could smoke 4 joints of that right after the other. You might catch a buzz. More likely we were just hyperventilating. But we loved the weed. Oh yeah. We were lovey-dovey. But then along came the 80s. Things got a little out of hand there. I said that don't befruit me. Because I became a citizen. That's right. I got a wife. I got a mortgage. I got 3 kids. I even got the job. So I took that weed and out the door it went. But time goes on, you know, people. By the time the 2000s roll around, I'm getting older, I'm getting tired. And I'm hearing that the marijuana is the latest cure-all of all your ailments. I said, that's good, because I seem to have a little bit of... Whoa. said, well, how does one get some of this medicine? I was told all you need to do, you fill out a few forms, you get a special license to purchase medical marijuana. So I spent the next 2 years filling out the forms. At the end of the 2 years, I still got gout, bursitis, presbyopia. Now I got writer's cramp, tennis elbow, and glaucoma. Well, luckily, and no medical marijuana. Well, luckily the law changed. When they changed this time, you don't need a special license to purchase marijuana. All you need is a doctor's prescription. So I went to my doc. I said, hey doc, you gotta help me. She said, what is it that you want? I told her, I want some marijuana to relieve me of my ailments. I got gout, bursitis, presbyopia, tennis elbow, writer's cramp, glaucoma, and vulva vaginitis. She said, you don't have vulva vaginitis. I said, I know, doctor. You got me there. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds terrible. She says, oh, you think you're funny? Well, I can be funny too. How do I know you don't want this marijuana for your own personal pleasure? I said, doc, come on, look at me. An old guy like me, do I look like the kind of guy who smokes the marijuana for the pleasure? You know what she said to me? She said, you look exactly like the kind of guy who would smoke the marijuana for the pleasure. Well, luckily, the law changed again. Finally, October 17, 2018, marijuana becomes legal in Canada. So I point my car to the res. I find myself a quaint little medical dispensary, and I walk on inside. I did my George Thorogood impression. I said, hey, bartender, come down here. Just like George Thorogood. I don't think the bartender had heard of George Thorogood. He said, what do you want? I looked at his display case. It's all full of goodies. I said, what do you got in there? Like hash brownies? He said, well, they're cannabinoid-infused edibles, 300 milligrams THC. I said, whoa, don't get all sciencey on me. I just want to get high, man. Give me one of those brownies. And then I confessed to him. I told him, you know, it's been quite a few years since I rolled a joint. Maybe you could roll a joint for me? He said, look, we got all kinds of pre-rolls for you. I said, good. Give me one of those. Oh, not that one. Give me that big one there. That's better. Okay. And then I noticed all the bongs they had in the walls. Oh, they had bongs in the shape of superheroes, bongs in the shape of mythical creatures, and then they had bongs in the shape of mythical creatures getting it on with superheroes. Give me one of those. Fill it up. Okay, Mr. Bartender, what do I got so far? He said, let's have a look. He said, my goodness. You got a hat trick here, buddy. I said, I do. What's in my hat trick? He said, I'll tell you. One brownie, a joint, and a butt-filled bong. One brownie, one joint, one bong. Well, I haven't seen my baby since I don't know when. Smoking on the oil, since a million. Gonna get high with least 3, but you will not. Better make it 3. Gonna get high, I mean all night long. One brownie, a joint, and a bud filled bong. One brown, one joint, see people. They got cookies and brownies and gummy bears, marijuana-infused pop, stuff you rub on your sore parts, candles, indicas, sativas, hybrid, everything. So by this time, I'm feeling pretty mellow, like I'm on planet Chill in the galaxy far off. I said, hey, Mr. Bartender, come down here, please. He said, what do you want now? I said, He said, oh, I know exactly what you need. I said, what is it? He said, I got it right here. Have a look. I said, oh my goodness. Is that what I think it is? He said, it sure is. One brownie, a joint, and a bong. One brownie, one joint, one bong. Well, I haven't seen my baby since the night before mine. Gonna get high on that laughing grass. Gonna get stoned and never leave me. But ain't enough, you better take a three. Gonna get high, ice cream, corn, brownie, a joint, and a bud. One brownie, one joint, one bong.
So what? Okay.
Oh, so my inspiration, yeah. So that's it. It's got to have rhythm, and then if I can do it on the instrument, even better. And then if there's some little joke to it,
Yeah.
then that's
Well, all your songs are fun. Like that's obviously what you're out there to do is
Yeah.
just make people smile. You know what I mean? Like some people go out and they're amazing at singing these ballads or these sad songs or these informational songs, and like you're like me, like we're out there to
Yeah.
make people like smile, tap
Yeah.
their feet. Like that's what my Jaybirds music does. I'm like I
Yeah.
try not to get too deep.
yeah,
You know, I want to throw a couple funny one-liners in there to make people laugh,
Yeah.
make sure they're listening. You know.
yeah.
So I kudos for what you're doing because I'm doing the exact same thing. I
Yeah.
want to make people move and just have fun with the music, right?
Yeah, the way I see it, I really want to become really good at the accordion, but mainly I consider myself to be an entertainer.
100%.
I am as an entertainer. I use my music to reach to people,
Yeah.
but I feel that I'm an entertainer. I just want to make people happy and let them forget about all their troubles. There's so many troubles in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Just spend this next little time
And even like
laughing.
the energy and the entertainment that you put out there, it's just stands out so much. Like my friend Rob Cook back in the day, we had a band called For the Love, and Rob's like, I don't even care if I blow my voice out tonight, I'm still gonna entertain. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
on stage, I'm gonna be interacting. You're gonna be having fun songs. You're just a man of the people, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what you're doing up there. It's a
Yeah.
lot of fun. So let's take it right back. So when did you start playing music? Like how old do you think were you introduced to music?
Oh, at a very young age.
So was it in your family then?
Yeah, it was in my family, mainly my mom's family. She grew up singing, and so I was given force-fed lessons for a little while, and
What was your very first instrument learning then?
it was piano.
Piano, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then back going through public school, they had a music program, and I started playing, and I don't know, it just seemed to be fairly easy for me. The teacher, I started out with the E flat horn. Teacher progressed me to the trumpet, and said, "You just seem to are good at it." And I went through high school, same thing. And so by the time I got to high school, of course, that's when the rock and roll bug bit me. And then my good buddy played guitar. So I was enlisted to play the bass, got myself a bass, and the rest is history.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So like I know we were kind of talking at the Longtooth the other day. In the 80s, you guys kind of made a little bit of a splash with a bit of a band.
Yes.
What was the band called again?
Dash Rip Rock.
Dash Rip Rock.
Yeah.
And what kind of music was this? Was it
was
80s synth music or was it rock or what was it?
It was-
Because it's like you never know with the 80s, right?
It
Especially
was.
with your accordion playing now, you know.
No, we were like a power trio. We were, but not heavy metal. We were more like, David Wilcox was big.
Yeah.
For us, we played a lot of Wilcox.
Yeah.
The Who.
Yeah.
The Who was big, and the Stones, of course, and like Lou Reed, the Clash.
That's
so
awesome.
we were kind of certainly not commercial.
Yeah.
Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just love the camaraderie between people when we play music. Like I said, you guys are a power trio. Like, you guys weren't talking to each other, and you're playing music, and it's just flowing through the room. It's just, I don't think people who don't play music don't understand what we're doing. Like, they don't understand what is happening to us. It's crazy. It really is.
It is. Yeah.
It's hard to explain unless you've been in it and you're like, holy crap, we're jamming, we're meshing. You know?
Yeah, we're creating something. Here
It's amazing. That's why I love
magical.
music. It is. It's literally my favorite thing to do. Really, it's so creative because music can make you sad, can make you mad, can make you happy, can make you get worked up for a workout. You know what I mean? Like, it can put you to sleep. Like, it's just amazing what it can do.
Yeah,
and like where it comes from. So it's really neat.
At the phone for the answers when the answers are sitting in your pants. Why are you looking at the phone for some loving, some touching, squeezing, and romance? Want to have some chance? The answers in your pants. Because all you gotta do, you gotta dance. I said all you gotta do, you gotta dance. If you think your life is a mess, start to shake what's underneath your dress. You gotta dance. I wonder why we're here when we're here. Can we wonder why we're anywhere else? Why I wonder what goes on in your mind wants to wander everywhere. Come on, take a chance. The answers in your pants. Here's all you gotta do. You gotta dance. If you're ready to sell your soul for a couple tunes, just let loose your pantaloonies. You gotta dance. If you get tired of the crap you get at work, you start to vibrate underneath your burqa. You gotta dance. That's the new song. What do you think?
We are a little business break. We're down at the Longtooth Brewery. My good friend Lucas. How you doing, my friend?
Not bad. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about Longtooth Brewery?
Okay, so Longtooth Beverage Company. We started in 2017 as a contract brewer. Opened a brick and mortar about 2 years ago. This spot, Sterling, Ontario. Still contract some brands for LCBO and LCO.
Yep.
Being like the lager and the pale ale.
Yep.
And most of which the brand we produce here, Hastings County Light. This is our hoppy series. Right now we have a brewed IPA on. We do fruit IPAs, brewed IPA, juicy IPA, things like that. And then two more brands that are becoming flagships or becoming permanent brands, being the Irish Red and the Milk Stout.
I love the stout so much. It's better than Guinness, I think.
Oh, it's pretty popular.
I'm a big Guinness guy, and I find the stout is just a little bit nicer. It's got a little more of a burnt taste in the back of my nose. It's very, very beautiful. It's good.
Yep.
So, like, how did you get into brewing? Like, how did this all become?
I like to brew beer.
I like beer.
I brewed beer at my house for a long time, but professionally, I decided to quit my job as a sailor and open a brewery.
Cool.
Because, I mean, I like beer.
Well, like, listen to that. They quit my job as a sailor
Yeah.
to become a brewmaster. That's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So whereabouts are we located right now?
This is 429 West Front Street.
Yeah.
In behind PH Logistics. It used to be a car garage, now it's a brewery.
Yep.
Nice little tap house, as you can see with the taps. And
Yep.
this is the house. Yeah, so right beside the arena, across from the Rona.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
and then
awesome.
summertime we have a big patio.
Yeah.
Quite large. I guess we fit about 60 people out there.
That's right.
And in here we sit 29.
That's right. That's awesome. And everybody knows right now a big thing we're doing is the Wednesday night open mic. I'm hosting it with my brother Jay Malloy. The amount of people that we're having come through here.
It's pretty incredible for a Wednesday. I'll tell you
Honestly,
that.
for a Wednesday night, like I was a little bit worried because there's a lot of open mics during Wednesdays and all that stuff, and we have like a little clubhouse. Everybody comes around here is very respected. We really push around here to make sure that everybody's respected and has their own spot where they can feel comfortable to play their songs and do what they gotta do. So that's a big thing we push around here. And if you want to be involved with it, we're going to be hosting some series this summer for like the patios and stuff like that. So you can get a hold of either myself or Lucas, and we'll help you out and get you guys booked in here, because I know quite a few people. Like some of these acts that we're having come through as these open mics, we got to start booking them for like the Sunday afternoon matinees and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just great. So I want to thank you so much for having this spot. You make great food around here too. So what's going on with the menu right now?
We just launched a new menu a couple weeks ago, so we've got to fine tune some things and everything else. But
that burger, man, that burger is next level.
We wanted a good burger.
Yeah.
Because you can go anywhere and get a junk burger.
Yeah, you can get a frozen
burger. Yeah,
piece
so
of
we
crab.
smash them out, and they're it's quite popular.
Yeah, I love it.
It's probably the most popular thing we have right now.
Yeah.
Because everybody's getting it and trying it
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. Like that, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and having this good stuff around here. I'm gonna get you to walk me over. So they have the tap house here where you can come in and have a drink, have some food, or there is the what do you call the storefront?
The retail section.
Retail section.
Which is all the way around the back of the building, and it's very confusing to most people.
Yeah.
That kind of looks like the entrance, but our entrance to the tap house is just an orange door on the side of a wall.
Right on,
we're
right
gonna
on.
have to get something rigged over there so it's more.
That's cool, dude. This right here, people will know what's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Well, I want to thank you so much for being here and doing what you're doing.
All right, thanks. I appreciate that.
No worries. All right, that's what's happening right here, guys. See you later. All right, my man. So what's going on in here? This is our retail spot for the beer, correct?
Just stocking the fridge. Yeah, so this is where people come to get the beer to go home.
Good stuff. So what do we got in there? We got.
Starting at the top, we got our Oktoberfest. There's a few cases of that left.
It's my favorite.
And it's a Marzahn lager, quite popular. Right beside it is that milk stout we were talking about. Again, quite popular. This stuff here, we got a juicy IPA. There's only a couple cases of that left, and then this is out now, the brewed IPA.
Yeah.
The brewed IPA it's an IPA. It's quite dry, really dry hopped. It's good. The Irish Red, which we've just gotten the new labels for, so that we can sell it in LCOs.
That's beautiful. Yeah. So what you have the lager, the pale ale, and now the Irish Red and the LCBOs.
The LCOs, not the LCBO. The LCBO, all I have is the pale ale.
Right.
And the LCOs, there's a liquor control outlet. So if you go to any of the convenience stores that sell beer, that's a liquor control outlet.
Got ya.
I'm able to sell all three of those brands in there.
Cool.
Because of label requirement. Yeah.
Very cool. Awesome, man. All right. Well, that's what we're doing right here, and that's what's happening. Thanks.
Awesome.
So, I also kind of talked to you about this, and you kind of laughed because you said you were. So, accordion, I asked, how'd you get started playing accordion? And you said, we'll get into that. But I said, were you one of those kids that had one of those tests given to you? And you said, no, right?
Yeah.
So back in the day, door salesmen would walk door to door and give you a test, an aptitude test, or they'd be like, your kid's a musical genius. You should buy this accordion for him. And that's how most people started playing accordion. So I asked Mark if he did it. And is that how you started?
No, but I laugh so hard when you make that because I used to do that. I used to be the guy with a little machine, and the test, and I was working for a music lesson company.
That's awesome.
So I was pushing lessons.
Right. But it's the same thing. Like I said,
But
he's
it's
like,
the same thing. There was a little 45 or something like that, and we played it and have questions, and the kids would answer, and like I say, which is the fast beat, or
yeah, or
it's a yeah. So it was pretty easy.
That's awesome.
Fast, but I got fired. To be honest, I didn't sell a thing.
It's just too funny though, right?
I'm just not a salesman.
That's just too funny though, eh? Because like when I asked you that, you just started laughing at me, and you're like, "No, but I was that guy who sold that."
Yeah.
That's so cool. So go ahead and introduce who you started with this, and then how did you get into this? You told me that you went to a garage sale and found an accordion.
Yeah, there was. We used to live on the highway, and there was like a flea market right behind us. And one day I went back and I saw this accordion, and I bought it. I think it was $80, which seems quite a bit. But it worked well, and so it was neat. I slowly learned how to play around with it, but I never really got serious. Cut ahead to many years later, and I become a teacher, and so the accordion is a great thing to take into a class, because I was surprised at how many kids had never even seen an accordion, let alone hear one, and so that was good to have.
That's the kind of way you were kind of helping like teach and like do a lesson, kind of.
Yeah,
that's fun, and then that kind of portrays off of your music the way you do it too.
Yeah,
you know, because you're kind of informational, you know.
Yeah, so it was just sitting there, and then I forget how it happened, but we have life changes, and I had some time in my hands, and my aunt gave me a really good accordion. She passed it on to me, and that was inspirational, because that was beautiful sounding. My first one was just a little one, but this is a full size.
Yeah,
so,
the one you have now is like the full range.
So that's when I started to learn about them a bit more and really how to play them, and then it just kind of snowballed from there, and then I just had to play it.
Yeah.
More and more.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just like it just fed my brain, or something.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
It is. It's honestly such a map. Like, you have it sitting right here. Let's take a look at it quickly here.
Yep.
Yeah, it's such a map of buttons. So really, you have a full keyboard here. So so sometimes my friend plays like a button box, which you play it either in G or C, D, because it's got 3 rows on it. But this is like a full set of keys. So like you got any range you want to play, correct?
Yeah.
And then really when you're choosing your key you want to play, and you're playing from down here, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead and explain a little bit better, because I
okay.
probably don't sound too smart about that.
No, you're right though. This first row is a row. You'll notice how some of them go down.
So is that kind of like playing like a major, or is like, because like
this,
like a piano you'd play like 1, 2, 3 kind of thing for a major? Is that kind of doing the same thing?
That will get not yet.
Go too far.
This is a bass row. It's called the contrabass row. I don't use it that much.
Okay.
I'm just learning. But this is called the bass. The second one is called the bass row, and this that's middle C.
Yep.
And so the other thing you have to realize is that it's not C, D, E, F like here.
Yeah.
It goes by fifths. So C, G, D, E, A, E, D. So you have to think of that. But it's not that hard if you think when you play any bluegrass song.
Right.
The first chord usually is the fifth of your first.
Right.
It's usually in there somewhere. So that's why it's, for playing traditional music, it's very easy, because there's my first chord, there's my next, and there's my third. So it's arranged so it's all close.
I didn't realize that when you're pushing that one, it's actually pushing down a few other ones along it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. So obviously there's reeds in behind there, and it's opening up that set of reeds.
Yes. See, for the bass reeds, there's only a single set of reeds. But now we're getting into these rows, and this is the major. So these are chords.
Yep.
So all these rows are chords. Major chords, So there's C, C major, C minor, C7th, C7th diminished.
It's crazy too, because then it's this way for chord progressions, but this way for your majors or whatever, right? Or like,
Oh,
cause you're,
that's a good question, because let me think. Yeah, so it goes up this way.
Yep.
Actually, so that's a C, C major.
Gotcha.
C,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's crazy. And then
Yeah.
are these buttons too, or what are these?
Yeah. So these are. So then again, it's more complicated because these. I can't explain how it works, but there's a number of reeds. So this is like a reeds that are an octave low. This is for the reed set that is an octave higher. This is combining those two, so now you have the octaves playing.
Huh.
Here, so I should show you. That'd make it easier to understand. So it's so let's see. Okay, so there's your bass reed. There's your treble reed.
Okay.
You hear that difference? And then.
So do you usually play with just in the middle one usually when you're
Usually,
rocking? Yeah. Because then when it's giving you the top and bottom. But if you wanted to play a bassier thing, you'd hit just the bass.
Yeah, if I want something special,
yeah,
then I'll use that or
yeah,
that.
that's so cool. And then on
So
this
same
side,
thing.
yeah,
Only you got one more set of reeds. So there's your bass. There's your high. There's your bass.
so it says bassoon.
What am I getting? There is, and then there's a third one, and then this is this and this, and this is that and that.
Gotcha.
And then that's everything.
Gotcha.
That's full on.
Cool.
So I usually play in that.
Yeah, and then it's cool.
Yeah.
It's like my melodica. It sounds a lot like the melodica.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
is that a reed instrument?
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. So it's
Yeah.
not electronic.
No, I'm blowing through it. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I just literally just know how to know some chord structure, so it just sounds good behind some of my brother's songs.
Yeah.
So I'm just learning it the same way you kind of doing this.
Yeah.
But out of curiosity, right?
Yeah.
It's really nice. Really cool.
Well, it sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very gypsy-ish. Maybe you wanna, kind of sounds
love
like
that
maybe,
sound.
or maybe like some French, that sounds exactly like this. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And then you're a big bass player. I see you got a couple really nice basses on here. Is this a Warwick?
No.
It almost looks like
It's
it.
called. Yeah.
My friend's got a Warwick. It's like the exact same style of
An
that.
Elias bass. A guy used to make them in Toronto.
Nice. It's beautiful.
Um,
It's so beautiful.
Apparently, he's in Europe making upright basses.
Right?
But anyways, guy is called George Elias. So
Cool.
these are very.
So did you meet the guy when you made it and
No,
all that stuff? No,
no,
you
I bought it.
just knew about it, right? It's beautiful.
Oh,
bass.
I didn't. I was after like a really. This is after Dash Rip Rock was going, and I wanted to get a really good bass. I
Yeah.
had played just cheap basses before. So I was determined to buy a really good bass. I looked at this Rickenbacker there, and it was so beautiful, beautiful tone. And then he said, "Why didn't you try this?" And then I was just amazed.
I love the body of it, and like the body of it, how solid the body is. Like it's just, it's beautiful. it reminds me of something that Chris Tischbein's playing, like one of those. I forget what the basses he's playing.
SG. No.
I forget. He's part of the company.
Yeah.
Well, he's a spokesperson for the company. But yeah, they're just amazing. Like just hand built basses. It's just a different thing than you could tell this was made in like handmade compared to like a factory made.
Yeah.
That's definitely not factory made. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Cool.
And as you can see, there's the serial number.
146. That's so cool.
Yeah. But anyway, it was balanced, more balanced than any guitar I'd ever, any bass I ever played, and so.
That's awesome.
So
that's your rocker then.
That's my rocker. That's my pride and joy.
And then over here you got a stand up bass kicking on over here.
Yes.
What do you got over here?
So
I love me a stand up bass.
So I got a story for this too. This I bought way back in the Dash Rip Rock days. And And so I had it for years. I hardly ever played it, but I had it. So I didn't tell you that our house burned down about 4 years ago. And this was in it, and I thought it was history. I was so bummed out, I didn't even think about it. But one of the guys who was demolishing the house, he saw it in there. He said, "You want me to take it down?" I said, "Oh, okay." So anyway, I got it out, and then I took a look at it and said, "I wonder if I could fix that up." So I took it and I stripped it right down to nothing, took all the parts off, cleaned it off, sanded it all down, and done it all up again. Cleaned it all up, put it all back together, and then I worked with my good buddy at McCurdy's. He painted it.
That's so cool.
And
so
now,
was it charred and stuff, or water damage?
Oh yeah, it was charred.
Oh, I almost would have left it all burnt up.
Yeah,
that would have been kind of cool too. Eh? Just like varnish the shit out of it, like dip it.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that
just
cool.
looked ugly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
anyway, Tommy painted it for me, and now I was surprised when we get it all done. It sounds better than the day I bought it.
That's awesome.
It sounds. I don't know what it is, if it's the paint or what, but it's
the story. It's been through there.
Yeah.
It's the reason why Willie Nelson, all those guys won't get rid of all their old guitars. They just keep fixing them and then fixing them and fixing them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. So you're and you got another nice little Seagull guitar back here, which is another locally made guitar, right?
Yeah. Yep. Made.
That's awesome. So, what's your? Obviously, you're quite the musician. What's your favorite thing to play? Is it the accordion right now, or do you enjoy the bass or guitar more? Or?
I'm still right now addicted to the accordion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's such a niche, man. It's like I said, everybody turns around and like. It's funny, between you and Chris at the brewery there, people are like, if you guys don't show up, somebody asks, where's the flute guy? Where's the accordion guy? Like, it's just so funny because it's just, I don't know, man. It's just, you make people smile.
Well, it's I don't know. It makes a great open mic atmosphere. I think to have a variety.
Really, and that's the greatest thing we're having at that open mic, man.
Yeah, it is.
What a variety of stuff we have going on there.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Good atmosphere.
It's wonderful when everybody can feel comfortable there.
100%.
Yeah.
So with your music you're doing right now, is there any music we can find out there, or you could just kind of, have you recorded and put anything out? Or?
Well, yep, I have. As Torbic and as Mark Lesage, but as Torbic Kagmire, I made a few videos.
Good.
I don't know if you ever saw them.
I don't think I've seen them yet.
Okay, so here's.
I'll have to go find them.
Yes, you'll have to find them because I don't know. They're all scattered, but there was a narrative that's very important.
Okay.
You see, the whole Torbic idea. Torbic came about because. Well, anyway, I was single, and so Torbic was single, and Torbic was looking for love during the pandemic, and so he figured the accordion is such an instrument of love. It's like wearing an aphrodisiac, he says. That I would do videos and say how to get laid by learning how to play the accordion. And so I did videos like that, giving advice, Sometimes it's got to be rock and roll, and sometimes it's got to be this. But obviously it was a failure.
Oh my
God. A dismal failure.
It's amazing. Is it on YouTube or is it on where?
It's on YouTube.
Okay, yeah. I'm definitely going to put a link to I'm definitely going to put a little.
And then I had one. Then I had. Well, you'll have to see it. Okay.
So you're just like me, man. You just have all these crazy ideas and you just follow them. You don't let anybody hold you back from that shit. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather do something. Like I like putting lots of lines in the water because I'm learning from every single thing I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everything. It's just don't be afraid. Like 'cause the only person who can hold you back is you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like your own mind, your own inside can be like, no, I can't do that, or I don't want to go do that, or that's the only person who does that. It's you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's really cool. So tell us a little more about Torbic. Go ahead and introduce him, maybe.
So Torbic, yeah, he came out of that. You know, I created a character that, I don't know, a guy who's trying to succeed in love and he's not succeeding in love. And anyway, it ends up that he's just, heck with it, let's just have fun.
Yeah.
And so I just, I had those songs that I started, and I just thought because I don't know if I mentioned before, but I have history in acting. I was a drama teacher.
Okay.
And so it would just seem to be natural for me. And also, I don't know if you ever heard of these guys.
Oh my God. So I don't know if you've ever heard of these guys, but if you go watch episode, I think 7, these guys are on there, and it is Washboard Hank and Rev Ken. And that picture, my friend, is done at Blue Skies.
Oh yeah?
And Blue Skies is where I started all my musical inspiration. This is amazing. That picture right there is them actually, their very first paycheck from the very first Blue Skies.
Oh.
Washboard Hank and Rev Ken. Like I said, I do have them on here. I seen at the old church. I totally know these two.
Well, I used to live with Ken in Peterborough.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Awesome. What a freaking...
And so awesome. I must admit, that's part of my inspiration, is the way they brought entertainment.
Yes.
As it was a part of their music.
I literally am like... So at Blue Skies, we have like these people, and Hank is literally just gets free tickets just to walk around, drink scotch, and play music all night long. Yeah. And that's what he does. Okay. And I'm literally following in his footsteps. Yeah. I love what he does. I love his energy. That last Blue Skies, I got to play at like 3 o'clock in the morning with Hank at the information booth, and we rocked out. I played like 4 songs. He did banjo solos for me all night. Awesome.
Nice.
Love it. I love it, man. So yeah, no, those two are so much fun. And like Ken's talking about like going down to Yonge Street and doing all this, like all the movement that they were doing. That's why they called him Rev Ken, right? Or whatever he was doing down there.
Yeah. Church of the Open Bottle.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Did you go watch that episode yet?
No.
You got to go see them.
No, I didn't know that they were on.
They're on there. They're all like, they're like, I think episode 7 or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, they're a very, very big inspiration to me too. So I totally understand.
Cool.
They are characters.
Yeah.
Like they're characters.
Yeah.
They're so much fun. That's awesome.
I am a beanbag chair. I'm a broken lava lamp that's licking juice. I'm a scratchy 45 with nowhere to play for you. I am a dial phone. I'm a pair of psychedelic pants. You may not see me, but I'm still here with you. Well, I've given up on ecstasy. I've settled on serenity. If you think that's complacency, I'll have you know I'm committed to growing old ungracefully. I am a self-made man, full of puppy dog tails, vicious scales, and mud, wandering about in search of my lost mind. I have a purple heart, but it's not the kind that's good, it's the kind that's bad. It's fat and squeezed and wheezy and overworked. Well, I've given up on ecstasy, I've settled on serenity. If you think that's complacency, I'll have you know I'm committed to growing old ungracefully. Sometimes I wonder if I've completely time left for living in the past. If I want to find the real me, I better find him fast. Well, I've given up on ecstasy, I've settled on serenity. If you think that's complacency, I'll have you know I'm committed to growing old ungracefully. I am a dial phone. I'm a pair of marijuana pants. You may not see me, but I'm still here with you.
All right, crew. There it is.
All right.
What do you think?
It's just so much fun. What is the point of worrying all your life? Just have fun. You work hard enough.
Right? There's the message from Torbic.
There's the message.
Thank you so much.
Joel Malloy, come back and see me anytime.
Anytime.
We'll see you on the road, brother.
That's right, and you're gonna see us down at the Longtooth Brewery, so check us out every Wednesday night. I'll be there every Wednesday night. You'll see my boy popping every once in a while. I want everybody to subscribe. Go and help out your fellow man. If your neighbor needs something, help them out. Thanks. Peace and love, guys. See you later.
Thank you.
There it is.